guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms Restorations and Repairs. Welcome. Hey, before I get on to today's video, don't forget I have a third channel now. It's called Farpoint Mowers and More. If you're into small equipment reviews, how-to videos, or those kinds of subjects, you'll probably want to head over to there to check those out. Anyway, on to today's video. What I have here is the equivalent of a power probe. And when I say power probe, think of it like Kleenex being a brand and Power Probe being a brand that we all call these tools by. This is the Kingbolen Circuit Tester ECT200, and I'm going to show you how this thing works. This is a very simple to use piece of equipment, also something you do need to show a little bit of respect to, or you could damage components in modern cars or even vintage cars, honestly. All right, so what we have here is our pick. That's a very sharp tip on that thing. I'll bring that close so you can see. Right, that's for piercing wires if you so choose to or need to. Then we have our negative or positive rocker, and we'll have a little digital display here. Also came with this rubber cup to hopefully keep you from stabbing yourself. Wire-wise, go ahead and undo this. Wire-wise, what it looks like maybe, I don't know, 20 feet, 15 to 20 feet, I would say. Okay, and so what you're going to do with this, and what I'm going to do is I got a little ride mower in here. I'm going to just show you how this operates. It's a pretty simplistic unit. These two you will connect to your battery, plus and minus. So the difference between this and a test light is that you don't have to switch between positive and negative in order to figure out if a circuit works. The way this thing's hooked up, if you got power coming to it, it'll let you know. If there's no power coming to something and you wish to apply power or ground to it, you can to power up that device and see if it is functional. So what we're going to do, like I said, we'll go over here to this small riding mower I have here, and I will run you through how that works. It does come with a small manual. Again, compared to some of the stuff that I've reviewed on this channel, this is a fairly simplistic thing. LED screen, 8 to 32 volts operating. Test voltage all the way up to 80 volts. Working current is 80 milliamps. Activation current goes up to 8 amps. So if you're trying to power something really large, you're probably this won't work for it, but lighting up lights, things like that should be just fine. Has some safety precautions, and that's about it. It does have some descriptions. I'll bring this closer so you can see on the back. It does have some descriptions of how to hook this up in various ways in order to make your lights work, or to make whatever it is you're trying to power up work. Cool. All right, well, let me pause the camera. We'll pop the hood on this riding mower, and I will show you just what you can expect. Let's do it. All right, so what I'm doing back here, I'm gonna hook my positive to the positive and my negative to the negative. And as you can see, we've got voltage. All right, we're all set up here. Our lights are on for this thing, so you can identify your circuits a little more easily. And if I wanna throw voltage, I can throw positive voltage or negative voltage at this device. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm gonna pop the hood, and we are going to power up. Let's see here. What I want to do here is power up one of these light bulbs. And in order to do that, try to do this so you can actually see it light up. Actually, yeah, I can pull this out. There we go. So I have a light bulb here. If I wanted to test ground, I could test ground. Now I'm going to throw some voltage at it. See how that is? So I'm going to take positive and I'm going to turn voltage to it. Okay, so let's say you're trying to figure it out, but the unit has voltage. Let me turn the key on to light position. And now, in order to get this to work, I would need to have voltage to it. So I can apply negative ground to it, and I can create a voltage to it. So here it is. It would not power up. It should power up, but it's not powering up. Now I have the ability to power it up. So that's pretty much all there is to this thing. There's not a whole lot of how-toing with it. It's a power probe, and it probes to see if there's power, and it probes to see if there's ground, and then it can also apply voltage or ground if necessary. Here's the catch. You can do a lot of damage with one of these things. If you were working on a modern automobile and you were to apply 12 volts of voltage to a 5-bus CAN line, which is a networking line, you would cost yourself several $1,000s in computers and components because they are not able to handle 8 amps at 12 volts for more than a brief second. So these are dangerous in the sense, but for, like, let's say on automotive use, if I took this thing and wanted to check if the AC compressor was activating. Before I go through the whole system, if I want to unplug the AC compressor, I can hook one side to ground, hook this side up, apply power, and now my compressor clutch should activate. A nice click, right? We can test relays with a unit like this. We can do a lot of stuff. You just have to be real careful around computer controlled equipment. You wouldn't want to try to fire up a fuel injector with something like this. It would smoke it in a fraction of a second. And there's a lot of other things that you probably don't want to use something like this for. But it is like the test light's more intelligent brother. That's what I would say on one of these things. And the price of these have come down enough, especially this unit right here was not expensive hardly at all, that this is probably something that wouldn't be bad to have. Next time you might have a bad bulb, or maybe it's a bad ground, or maybe it's a wiring issue, this really narrows that down really fast for you without really having to do a whole lot of digging. I guess that'll do it for today, my friends. I'll leave a link to where you can pick up one of these, and I'll see you next time. Take care.